Good morning. Good morning. We have about, I think, a minute before we officially start this morning meditation. I woke up at some point in the night and I was dreaming. I was dreaming that I was walking through a beautiful house that looked both familiar and yet completely strange. Somehow it reminded me of a poem that's very famous by Rumi called The Guest House. And I'll read it to you for a minute if my if my iPad complies. It's called The Guest House. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whatever comes because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. I think there is a lot of wisdom in this poem. I don't agree with all of it, but it made me think of that concept of all these things that come our way. And I'm finding that even through this storm that we're all facing, there are great fluctuations in mood. And while we know the objective reality of great suffering all over the world, perhaps even in ourselves, is taking place, yet our perception fluctuates. We can wake up in the morning with a heavy heart and then take a walk and a bird flying into a tree lifts our mood, expands our vision. We can walk around with great anger at the injustice that is taking place all around us, and then shift our mood when we get a call from a friend. And so we go through our days just like Rumi said, a guest house for all these emotions that fluctuate within us. Maybe it is very difficult to see these difficult times, difficult emotions, terrible things that happen to us and to those around us as welcome guests. Perhaps the last thing we would like to look at are these challenging times as a lesson. And I know that in the spiritual community, this is a very prevalent concept. And perhaps it's true, perhaps it's not. I really don't know. What I do know is that as we face our days, day to day, hour to hour, It's possible to make a commitment to ourselves that while we feel how we feel, we remember that a moment later, an hour later, a day later, a year later, we may feel very differently. So I invite you to find a comfortable position, allowing the body to rest as best it can, whether you're sitting or lying down. And then gently closing the eyes. Soon the bell will sound, indicating the beginning of today's practice. Let's begin with a slow, deep breath in and out. Perhaps counting 4 in and 4 out. And notice the effect of this breath on your body and your mind. 4 in and 4 out. Stay with this pattern of breath for a moment, letting the awareness soften as the breath expands. Relaxation. Where are you noticing your breath the most? Is it in the rise and fall of your chest? Perhaps in the belly? Or maybe in the aperture of the nostrils as the air goes in and out? Simply notice as you return to the natural rhythm of your breath, as it is. You can allow any external noise, any disturbances, to simply be a conduit that enhances your level of relaxation. Let us scan the body now, beginning with your feet. Wherever the awareness rests, inviting relaxation. The feet relaxing, the arches of the feet softening, the ankles loosening. As relaxation moves upwards in the body, the lower legs releasing, the knees, the back of the knees relaxing, the upper legs, the back of the thighs, every muscle, nerve and fiber releasing now, relaxing and softening. As relaxation engulfs the pelvis area, so comfortably supported by the surface on which you're sitting or lying down, releasing now, relaxing and loosening. Allow the abdomen, the lower back, even more relaxation. The chest, the upper back. Each in-breath invites even more relaxation. Each out-breath sends relaxation throughout your body and your mind. Bringing your attention to your shoulders now and sending waves of relaxation from your shoulders down your arms all the way to your fingertips. Notice the throat, the neck, a softening takes place. And now the face muscles releasing even more, the jaws loosening, inviting a gentle parting of the lips. From the top of your head, imagine a wave of relaxation like a soft blanket, keeping you safe and protected. Imagine yourself now. You're standing in front of a beautiful house. A house you could imagine living in. And you can create that house in your mind's eye. The structure, how many floors, what materials were used, what is the style. And to the backdrop of the house, the view is a view you desire. Is it facing a mountain? Is it sitting on the bank of a river? Is it in the middle of a bustling town? Your view, your house. And now as you step closer to the door, perhaps it swings open. It knows it is yours. It is inviting you in. And as you enter, you're entering a hallway. Perhaps it's wood or maybe carpet. Perhaps there are doors on each side or just on one side. You're curious. You're looking forward, exploring the rooms in this house. Perhaps you stand in front of a door. Maybe there is a sign on it or nothing at all. And as you step inside this room, what awaits you is something you remember from childhood. A childhood memory that brings you back in time. Perhaps it reminds you of an emotion that you woke up with today. Perhaps it reminds you of a beautiful childhood memory, and you simply visit it in this room. You take a moment to see what comes up for you. If it's a wonderful memory, let it flood you. If it's a difficult one, simply become the observer of it and notice, what can you learn? What message is there for you, if any, as I grow silent for just a moment. Taking a breath, you can keep this with you or let it go, whatever serves you best. And you can see there is a door connecting this room to another room, and you're choosing to walk through that door. Perhaps you find yourself in the room for sadness, and you notice different points in life for yourself where there was sadness and grief. Perhaps this time is one of those points in time. And you simply breathe in and out as you explore how it feels, what it looks like. Perhaps you notice the light in the room, the decor. Maybe for a moment you sit yourself down in a comfortable chair, a couch, or on the floor, allowing yourself to be with the sadness, knowing soon you will move on. Take a moment, and if it's too much, you can always see yourself as the observer, removed from the scene. You notice the sensations in the body, the emotion in the heart and the mind. Perhaps you're sending yourself love and kindness for the difficult times that you had, for the difficult time that you might be having. It is time to move on. And within you, you know, are alive your childhood memories and times of joy and times of sadness. A door connects this room to the next one. And you are walking through the door. Now you find yourself in the room of your anger. Notice the decor, notice the colors. Perhaps there is light coming through the window, perhaps it's nighttime. And you notice what anger looks like, what anger feels like in your mind, in your heart, in your body. You can see a certain scene from the past, or simply rest in the general feeling of anger. Just another feeling, another room in the house of your mind. Knowing that this feeling, like it disappeared in the past, will disappear in the future and make room for something else, something different. If it's too much, simply become the observer, going back to the rhythm of your breath. Notice, how did anger serve you? How is it serving you now? From childhood on, a range of emotions, sadness, anger, and now we take some of this with us as we move through the door to connect to the next room. What is here for you? Fear is this room. You notice the surrounding, you notice the decor, the light, and you can see throughout your years from childhood on different fears and how they affected your life. Perhaps fear is too much and you become simply the observer of it, removed. Perhaps you let yourself rest in the experience. How does it feel in the body, in the mind, in the heart? Simply notice, knowing that just like in the past, it is transient, at times staying briefly, at other times sitting with you longer, but still impermanent, soon to be replaced with a different emotion, with a different feeling. You see there is a connecting door to another room, but you're choosing now to go back to the corridor. Perhaps you'll explore other rooms another time. And as you step into that hallway, you can see it is leading to a beautiful sitting area overlooking the view, whichever view you have chosen for yourself. This room where all rooms connect to through the corridor, through the hallway, is your sanctuary. A place to rest in peacefulness. A place for reflection, where perspective can soar and you can see all the rooms, all the fluctuations, all the different emotions, and then find yourself connected to your heart, to your mind, and choosing this moment, being grateful for whatever it is that nourishes you, that calms you, that supports you in your life. Within you and external to you. As you rest in this gratitude, allowing body and mind to connect with heart, a synchronicity. See yourself, you have been through so much. Perhaps you are going through so much in your current day-to-day, and yet within you, even for a brief time, returning to your sanctuary. This beautiful, peaceful sanctuary, this sacred space in your mind, comfortable and calm. The house you have built for yourself, the view you created in your mind. Let yourself rest here as I grow silent for just a few moments. What is the view from your window of your mind? What are you creating for yourself every day? In a moment, the bell will sound, indicating the completion of this reflection practice. Take your time. Perhaps you remain in relaxation a little longer, reflecting, perhaps resting even longer in the house of your mind, in the view you created. And as you go through your day with emotions fluctuating, visiting you at different times, sometimes unexpected, knocking on your door, go back as you notice to your sanctuary, to a beautiful space within you. For now, have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Namaste.